YouTube, EM Real. Happy Saturday. Welcome to another episode of What to Do with a Dollar. This is EM Real. I'm right back at you. Now, this episode is credit that turns into business benefits. Part 1. We'll be right back after this promo.
What to do with a dollar. EM Real.
All right, YouTube, EM Real. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, share. Hey, leave comments. We got to talk about this business. I'm so excited about this episode of What to Do with a Dollar. Let's get to it. All right, now from our previous episodes, yes, we talked about how accounts lead to market value going up. See, I talked about how I built one house with a business partner, right? And sold it to that business partner. We built another house together. That business partner sold it to me. Now, the house that I was in, I then sold it. Follow me. Now, the bank that I'm relating with is keeping tabs on what's going on. I didn't ask them for a loan, built it cash. 2 times. But sold the house, then got a mortgage on a house, right? And then sold the house again. Key. See, that's the underpinning. That is the rudimentary element that I want to talk about as we lead into how now does that credit benefit you? All right, so now the bank has that track record. I sold the house because I wanted to build my own. That being said, I wanted to get a construction loan. Now, I'm not sure if you know, but to get a regular loan to purchase, you got to have a credit score of 580. But to get a construction loan, you have to have a credit score of at least 680. And the higher your credit score is, the lower your interest. Now, mind you, this was 6, 7, 8 years ago, but now, follow me. Here's what happened. In the other episodes I talked about, now I have my contractor's license. Plus, I have now done the buying, the selling, and now I'm looking to get a construction loan. Well, to get a construction loan, the bank that I was having a relationship with, they didn't do construction loans. But, key, I was able to get a pre-approval letter from this bank. Key. Now, it's the same house. The same house that I built and sold, I was now going to build for myself on some land that was left to me by my dear mother. What to do with a dollar, also what to do with resources. I have the land. It's in my possession. Now I'm going to show you how we turned the land into more value. Okay, now I got this pre-approval letter from Bank 1, or we're just going to say Bank A, more likely Bank A. Now Bank A with this pre-approval letter now referred me to Bank B. Bank B now has the pre-approval letter. Now, I'm only building a 1,200 square foot house. You follow me? It has an area for a 200 square foot back porch. I'll talk about that later. But I went to the bank. They pre-approved me for Now think about that. $90,000 for this pre-approval. You might say, that's that's okay. $90,000. So you remember it only took me between 60 and 65 to build that house. I went to the bank, Bank B. Bank B now said, okay, well, let's consider. You mean to tell me you can build a house for $90,000? I said yes. And he was kind of perplexed, bank president, even though he had the pre-approval letter. He's kind of perplexed. He said, I said, well, you know what? Fact check me. He said, what do you mean? I asked him to now look at the MLS. He pulled it up. I'm sitting across from him at his desk. He pulled up the MLS. I said, look for address this and that and this. Look for the address, right? He looked at the address. I said, it's sold, right? He said it did. I said, for how much? $100,000. I said, who was the seller? He looked at the name. The name was E.M. Real. Point. That being said, knowing that I was already able to build a house for under the money that he mentioned, he said, well, I was able to, from a pre-approval letter, then with that Bank A, pre-approval letter from Bank A to now go into Bank B, they didn't give me the $100,000, but they gave me 90%, which is $90,000, and I didn't have to put any money down, all because of my credit leading to benefits. And as I wrap this session up, they gave me the construction loan. Now, it didn't take me $60,000, 65. I mean, it took me a little bit more, but I had room. Now, I used the other $20,000, $25,000 on some things that I had to take care of. And I'll talk about this in benefits part 2, when how I used that money to take care of some other things as far as credit is concerned. But let's get back to it. Now I have this $90,000. I built the same house for $90,000. And after I got my certificate of occupancy, now I got to wrap this part up. I have my house, built the house, right? Stayed in the house for over a year. Here's market value. That same house that's worth $100,000. Now I had a 200 square foot back porch. After 1 year, I spent $8,000 to close in the porch. I've already got my house appraised and had the construction loan complete. After living in the house for 1 year, I decided to upgrade and close in my porch for $8,000. What did I say? $8,000. So now, I got a $90,000 loan. A year later, I spent $8,000 to close in the back porch. Then I got it appraised again. Now here's the kicker. As we raise the value of the marketplace, 2 years later, after starting the process, the house was no longer worth $100,000. I made an $8,000 investment, and now the house came back at $160,000. So now the marketplace value has gone up to almost not $75 per square foot. It's now at close to $110 per square foot. So now my house was worth $160. I only had a mortgage that was right at really mid 80s to 90. And then we took the house I have now over about $77,000 to $80,000 of equity because we brought value to the marketplace. marketplace. I'm Ian Real. Key, how credit turns into benefits for you. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Comment how the marketplace was taken up. Now, get back with me on the next segment. The next segment is benefits that lead to credit, part 2, that could lead into a HELOC, define that, and better credit. I'm Ian Real. Happy Saturday. Till next time, deuces. Peace.
What to do with a dollar? EM Real.